Sounds unbelievable, right? But science says otherwise. And if you're a man over 40, this tiny, often overlooked food could make a massive difference in your prostate health, and even in your confidence, energy, and sleep quality. Here's the thing. Prostate enlargement, or benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, affects more than half of men over 50. It creeps up slowly. Frequent nighttime bathroom trips, weak urine flow, discomfort. But what if the answer isn't a pill or surgery, but something you can simply add to your diet? Stick with me, because in this video, I'm revealing how just one nut can help reduce prostate swelling, what science says about it, and how to use it safely and effectively. Before we dive in, if you care about men's health, longevity, and natural vitality, hit that subscribe button right now. Because every week, we uncover proven, natural ways to help men over 40 feel stronger, younger, and healthier, inside and out. Let's face it, when most men hit their 40s or 50s, things start to change. You might notice you're waking up at night to pee more often, or that your stream isn't as strong as it used to be. Maybe you feel like your bladder never fully empties. It's frustrating, it's uncomfortable, and for many men, it's embarrassing to talk about. But here's the truth. You're not alone. Nearly 50% of men over 50 and up to 90% of men over 80 deal with prostate enlargement, also known as BPH. It's not cancer, but it can seriously affect your quality of life. And yet most men don't do anything about it until it becomes a real problem. Now, what if you could start protecting your prostate naturally, right now? What if one simple, affordable, and delicious food could help your body fight inflammation, balance hormones, and even shrink your prostate over time? That's what today's video is all about. By the end of this video, you'll know which specific nut has been scientifically linked to reducing prostate enlargement, how it works in your body, the real biological process, simplified, how much to eat and the best way to include it in your diet for maximum benefit, and a few extra tips that can supercharge your prostate health naturally. So if you're tired of those midnight bathroom trips, or you want to protect your prostate before it becomes an issue, keep watching. This could change your daily life. And before we jump into the science, quick reminder, if you're enjoying this type of practical, research-backed men's health content, hit that like button. It helps the channel grow and helps more men discover natural ways to feel their best. All right, let's break it down, starting with why your prostate actually enlarges in the first place. All right, before we talk about the nut that can help, we first need to understand why the prostate enlarges in the first place. Because once you know what's really happening inside your body, you'll see exactly how certain foods, including this one nut, can reverse it naturally. So, what's the prostate? It's a small gland about the size of a walnut located just below your bladder. Its main job is to produce some of the fluid that makes up semen. Pretty simple, right? But here's the catch. As we age, hormonal changes begin to affect this tiny gland in a big way. When you hit your 40s and beyond, your levels of testosterone start to decline. But at the same time, a byproduct of testosterone called DHT, dihydrotestosterone, tends to increase. This DHT is like a supercharged version of testosterone that binds tightly to prostate cells. And over time, it makes them grow and multiply. The result? An enlarged prostate. Now, add in chronic inflammation, poor diet, and oxidative stress, and your prostate becomes irritated and swollen. That's when you start noticing the classic symptoms. Weak flow, constant urge to urinate, that feeling that you can't fully empty your bladder. Here's something interesting. Some researchers have found that diets high in processed fats and red meat actually fuel this inflammation, while diets rich in healthy fats, antioxidants, and plant nutrients can calm it down. So, your lifestyle plays a huge role. Think about it. Your body is basically responding to years of stress, hormonal imbalance, and poor nutrition. But the good news? That also means you have the power to reverse it. And that's where today's star food comes in. a single nut that's been shown in studies to lower DHT levels, fight inflammation, and support overall prostate health. But before I reveal which nut it is, let's first look at the link between diet and prostate size, because once you understand that connection, you'll see why this one nut is so powerful. Engagement cue. Have you ever noticed that some foods make you feel bloated or sluggish, while others give you energy and mental clarity? Drop a comment below. I'd love to know what foods make you feel your best. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Studies have found that what you eat every single day can either feed prostate inflammation or help shrink it. It's not just about calories, it's about chemistry. Let's talk about dietary patterns. Researchers who compared men across the world noticed something shocking. Men in Mediterranean and Asian countries, where diets are rich in nuts, fish, vegetables, and healthy oils, have much lower rates of prostate problems than men in Western countries who eat more processed foods, sugars, and red meat. Coincidence? Not at all. It comes down to antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and plant compounds that reduce inflammation and balance hormones. These natural compounds actually lower DHT levels and improve blood flow to the prostate. Meanwhile, a diet high in saturated fats and processed oils does the opposite. It increases oxidative stress, damages cells, and worsens swelling. Think of your prostate like a small engine. If you feed it the wrong kind of oil, low quality, thick, and dirty, it clogs up. But if you use clean, premium oil, everything runs smoothly. That's exactly how your diet works for your prostate. So here's the takeaway. If your daily plate is filled with greens, nuts, tomatoes, olive oil, and omega-3 rich foods, you're creating an internal environment where your prostate can heal. On the other hand, too much fried food, processed meat, and sugar, that's like throwing fuel on the fire. Now, about that nut I mentioned earlier. This one nut is packed with nutrients that target both inflammation and hormone balance. It's rich in zinc, selenium, and healthy fats, which all support prostate function. And in a few minutes, I'll reveal exactly which nut this is and how you can use it to naturally support your prostate health. But first, let's quickly understand how inflammation and DHT interact, because that's the key to stopping prostate growth at its root. All right, so now that we understand how diet impacts your prostate, let's dig into what's really driving that enlargement. And it all comes down to two major culprits: inflammation and DHT. Imagine your prostate as a sponge. When DHT levels rise, it signals your prostate cells to grow and multiply, just like a sponge soaking up water. Now, add inflammation into the mix, caused by poor diet, stress, or lack of sleep, and that sponge swells even more. Over time, it becomes bigger, firmer, and starts pressing on your urethra. That's when you start noticing weak flow, dribbling, and those annoying nighttime trips to the bathroom. So, what's causing all that inflammation? A few key things: diets high in processed fats, sugars, and refined carbs, low intake of antioxidants and omega-3 fats. And here's a big one: low zinc levels. Zinc is essential for hormone regulation, and it's found in high amounts in the prostate itself. When your body runs low on zinc, it can't regulate DHT properly, and inflammation skyrockets. That's one reason why men who consume certain nuts, which are rich in zinc, tend to have healthier prostates. Now, here's the kicker. Inflammation doesn't just make your prostate larger, it also affects your hormonal balance. Chronic inflammation can convert more testosterone into DHT through an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase, the same enzyme that drugs like finasteride target, but instead of using medication, you can naturally slow down this enzyme with specific nutrients. And yes, that includes today's featured nut. So you see how it all connects? DHT fuels growth. Inflammation amplifies it. But if you calm inflammation and control DHT naturally, your prostate can actually shrink back toward its normal size. Cut to host walking across room for energy and pacing. And that's where our star nut comes in. It's one of nature's richest sources of plant sterols, zinc, and omega-3 fats, all of which help lower DHT and ease inflammation in the prostate. But before I reveal which nut it is, let's quickly go over the scientific evidence, because I want you to see this isn't hype. There are real studies behind this. All right, you've been waiting for it. The nut that research shows can help reduce prostate enlargement and calm inflammation is the Brazil nut. Now, before you think, really? Just a Brazil nut? Let me explain why this humble little nut is so powerful. Brazil nuts are one of the richest natural sources of selenium, a trace mineral that plays a huge role in reducing inflammation, balancing hormones, and protecting your prostate from oxidative stress. Selenium acts like a shield for your cells, neutralizing free radicals that would otherwise damage your prostate tissue. In fact, several studies have shown that men with higher selenium levels have smaller prostate volumes and lower risk of developing BPH or even prostate cancer. One study published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute found that adequate selenium intake was linked to a 50% lower risk of advanced prostate issues. That's massive. But that's not all. Brazil nuts are also packed with zinc, vitamin E, and healthy fats, which together reduce the enzyme activity that converts testosterone into DHT. Remember that enzyme we talked about earlier, 5-alpha reductase? Selenium and zinc both help inhibit that enzyme naturally, meaning less DHT, less prostate swelling. And here's the best part. You don't need a handful of them. Just one Brazil nut a day can give your body the recommended amount of selenium it needs for optimal prostate support. Seriously, one nut. That's it. But a quick word of caution, because Brazil nuts are so rich in selenium, eating too many can actually give you more than your body needs. So moderation is key. Stick to one nut a day, 2 max, and you'll be right in the sweet spot. Imagine that. Something as simple as adding a single nut to your morning routine could help reduce prostate inflammation, balance hormones, and even boost fertility and energy levels. Cut to host cracking, open a Brazil nut, smiling. You can eat it raw, roasted, or chopped into your morning oatmeal or smoothie. Simple, natural, and effective. Engagement cue: have you ever tried Brazil nuts before? Drop a comment below and tell me how you like to eat them, plain, roasted, or mixed with other nuts. Now, before we wrap up, let's go over a few extra ways to support your prostate naturally, because the Brazil nut works even better when you combine it with these simple lifestyle changes. All right, so now you know that just one Brazil nut a day can make a real difference for your prostate. But to supercharge those benefits, you'll want to combine it with a few simple habits that keep your prostate and your whole body functioning at its best. Tip number 1, stay hydrated, but smartly. Water helps flush toxins and reduce irritation in your urinary tract. Aim for about 2 liters a day, but avoid drinking large amounts right before bed. This helps reduce those middle-of-the-night bathroom trips that so many men struggle with. Tip number 2, move your body. Regular exercise, especially walking, cycling with a prostate-friendly seat, or resistance training improves blood flow, reduces inflammation, and helps regulate hormones. Studies show that men who stay active have significantly lower rates of BPH symptoms. Even 30 minutes a day can make a difference. Tip number 3, cut down on alcohol and caffeine. Both can irritate your bladder and make urinary symptoms worse. Try switching to herbal teas like green tea or nettle root tea, which actually have prostate-friendly antioxidants. Tip number 4, eat more colors. Brightly colored fruits and vegetables, think tomatoes, berries, spinach, and bell peppers, are loaded with lycopene and flavonoids, which help protect prostate cells from damage. Combine that with your daily Brazil nut, and you're giving your prostate a strong defense team. Tip number 5, don't ignore stress. Chronic stress increases cortisol levels, which messes with your hormones and worsens inflammation. Find ways to relax, Deep breathing, meditation, or even spending time outdoors can help balance your hormones naturally. And here's a little bonus insight. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon, chia seeds, and walnuts can also lower inflammation and support hormone balance. So, if you want to take your prostate health to the next level, mix a Brazil nut into a handful of omega-3 rich nuts or seeds as a daily snack. It's simple, convenient, and powerful. Pause for engagement. If this is making sense so far, drop a yes in the comments. It tells me you're serious about taking charge of your health. Now, to wrap this all together, let's go over a quick summary of what we learned today and how you can start feeling the results in just a few weeks. Let's take a step back and recap what we've learned today, because sometimes the simplest changes make the biggest difference. We started by understanding what causes the prostate to enlarge: hormonal imbalances, inflammation, and lifestyle habits that slowly wear your body down. Then we explored how diet, especially foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and minerals like selenium and zinc, can help calm that inflammation and balance your hormones naturally. And finally, we revealed the star of the show, the Brazil nut. Just one a day gives your body the selenium and zinc it needs to lower DHT, reduce swelling, and support a healthy prostate over time. No side effects, no complicated routines, just nature doing what it does best. Now, imagine your life a few weeks from now. You're sleeping through the night again. You're not rushing to the bathroom every hour. You feel lighter, more energetic, and confident because you're finally taking control of your health in a natural, sustainable way. That's what this is about. Not just fixing a symptom, but building a stronger, healthier version of yourself. And if you start today, that change begins today. So here's your simple action plan. Tomorrow morning, grab one Brazil nut, eat it as a snack, add it to your smoothie, or mix it with your oatmeal. Pair it with a few of the lifestyle tips we talked about: more water, more colors on your plate, less stress, and consistent movement. Do that for 30 days and just watch how much better you feel. Brief pause, soft smile. You've got one body, take care of it, and it'll take care of you. Engagement cue. If this video helped you, hit that like button so YouTube shows it to more men who need to hear this message. And don't forget to drop a comment below. Tell me your age and how you're taking care of your prostate. Let's build a community of men supporting men, one healthy habit at a time. If you made it this far, that already tells me one thing. You're serious about your health, and that's something to be proud of. Remember, improving your prostate health doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's the smallest daily actions that add up to the biggest results. So tomorrow, when you reach for that single Brazil nut, think of it as a symbol, a reminder that you're taking control of your vitality, one smart choice at a time. If you got value from today's video, hit the like button right now. It really helps this video reach more men who need it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because every week we're dropping new science-backed videos on men's health, hormones, energy, and longevity, all designed to help you live stronger, longer, and better. Also, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried Brazil nuts before, or are you planning to start now? Drop a comment below and let me know. Your stories might inspire another man to take his first step toward better health. And if you want to keep learning, don't go anywhere. Check out this next video right here, point to upper corner, where we talk about the top 5 foods that help shrink your prostate naturally. Trust me, you'll want to add these to your diet immediately. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay healthy, and remember, your body is your greatest investment.